So Canelo and Triple G finally agreed to fight each other. Finally, Canelo gave DAZN what they've been asking for. It ain't like the fans. We didn't ask for that. I forgot Gennady Golovkin still fights.
That's what T-Tone should have called in.
Yeah. I forgot Gennady Golovkin is still fighting. Because I really haven't heard much from him. However, finally Canelo gave DAZN what they've been asking for. I don't know why DAZN keep thinking this fight is going to automatically increase their subscribers. I don't understand where they coming from. However,
it's kind of like meh to me.
But they are fighting in Dallas though. So the crowd is going to be there. The crowd is going to be there because when Canelo do fight in Dallas, people show up. And it's Gennady Golovkin, so they showing up. But it's like, man, I don't know. It's like that taste is lost for that fight. Like, I already saw what I wanted to see. I think Canelo's the better fighter. And in the third fight, I think Canelo stops him. But I don't know. Like I said, I prefer to see Gennady Golovkin versus Andrade or Saunders or Charlo and vice versa for Canelo. But they chose to go their path. Like I said, Canelo didn't even want to fight with Gennady Golovkin. It's actually DAZN. So I don't understand what DAZN is looking at. They probably looking at the success the last two fights did with Gennady Golovkin and Canelo. I think Canelo versus Gennady Golovkin sold 1.1 million pay-per-views. The first fight,
1.2.
The second fight did lower.
It still did 1 million though.
Yeah, almost 1 million. But I'm saying it did lower than the first fight, which is usually the rematch will do more than the first fight. But because Canelo failed the drug test and it was all that drama back and forth, it kind of didn't live up to the hype. But the third fight, I think it ain't going to live up to the hype. I think the third fight, I think Canelo going to knock his ass out. But I don't think it's going to be that big of a fight like DAZN is portraying it out to be. What's your take on that?
So, from my understanding, he still fights Billy Joe Saunders for Cinco de Mayo. If that goes through, I don't know. It's kind of a crazy time in the world right now, as you can see by AkHi's Get Up. And then after that, in September, for the Mexican holiday.
Independence Day.
Yeah, Independence Day. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To Mexican people out there. But and then that would be in September. So that's what it be.
Yeah, but the May fight is canceled though.
It is canceled.
I mean, not canceled, but postponed.
Postponed.
Because there's no telling when they're gonna be allowed to fight because of the coronavirus. And Canelo grabs a lot of attention, so they want to capitalize on that. They don't want Canelo to fight, and there ain't no crowd there. You could do a small fight like Virgil Ortiz. They could have him fight with no crowd, but you want Canelo to fight with crowd because he's gonna bring a lot of revenue. So they kind of postponing the fight, so it might affect the September date. However, he could possibly fight in December.
Fight in September and come back in the summer?
December.
So I'm not... So I give him credit. I think that it will quiet the critics like Brother AkHi. I'm not that excited about the fight, to be honest. I would have... I mean, of course, the fights that I want to see, which y'all might not think, is actually the fight against... I think Andrade deserves the fight more than Charlo. But then Charlo, of course, which is one of the reasons why I want to see Andrade and Charlo kind of fight. And I think that winner of that could go on and take Canelo.
Man, people bashing this fight in the comment section. Everybody saying nobody want to see Canelo versus Gennady Golovkin.
Yeah, I mean...
Trash fight by Knowledge is Power, Edie Sport Money. Don't want to see it. And all the people on the chat, they telling... someone said Anthony Smith, GGG stops Canelo. Well, he didn't do it the first two times, so I don't know how he going to do it the third time when he's nearly like 39, 40 years old. So I don't
he's about 40. Yeah, and then he hasn't looked too well in his last couple of fights, to be honest. And he's definitely lost something from when he was going through the middleweight division. And
I just think the competition was never there. You know, like he really didn't fight nobody at the time, even when he was in his prime. So I don't.
No, he hasn't beaten anybody of note. His biggest win is a controversial win against Jacobs.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's kind of what's hurting his resume and his career. Period. But said Ring Magazine or I think ESPN. Somebody got him as a pound for pound fighter still. and I'm talking about top 6. So I don't know what the hell they watching, but how you doing, AkHi? Who this is and where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Lone Star from Tyler, Texas, calling in. Much respect to both y'all. AkHi, it's a pleasure talking to you. First time actually being able to get through. I appreciate that very much.
Oh, man, good. Appreciate you calling in, fam.
Appreciate it. You in Texas, so you got to let us know how you feel about Canelo versus Gennady Golovkin. Are you going to be there? It's the $1 million question.
Man, it's really not even a question. It's just repugnant, more likely, because that fight shouldn't even happen, really.
Oh,
Everybody knows who won that fight 2 times in a row. It's not even a contest. Really, I wholeheartedly believe, and I'm Mexican, by the way, so I wholeheartedly believe Canelo, in order to make his mark in history, has to fight either Charlo or I'll leave it up to y'all who else, because y'all, I don't want to be, you know.
I'm going to say Andre.
Andre?
Both fights
Andre.
good.
Andre's undefeated. He's a champion. It's a tough
I like Andre, man. Yeah, I like him too. Because you know, I want to see really what he got to do. And you know, here lately, Canelo's changed his whole fight, you know, style. He does not fight the same way. He basically mimics Mayweather now.
Yeah, he took a lot of notes. He took a lot of notes.
Yeah, he went to school against him that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. You know, when you get an ass whooping, you can learn 1 or 2 things. Either you're gonna learn to do the second time, or
yeah, definitely.
Or you're gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, you learn more so in a loss than you do in a win. That's for sure. I forgot what fighter that actually said that. He said he learned more in 1 loss than he did in all of his wins. So, yeah. So
now let me just throw this. If I could, please, if I could just throw this in there, I would personally really would like to see Canelo fight Billy Joe.
Well, that's happening. That's happening next.
You know,
so you got your wish, because the fight is postponed, but it should still happen. The last time I heard, I don't think that they canceled or whatnot. Now, how you see that fight playing out?
Okay, yeah. See, I man, like I said, I really like that because they both got hands, though. I thought when they postponed it, it was like canceled, like, because usually when they say, you know, it's canceled, they give you like a date or a venture or something. But here they didn't do that at all.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy because of these times right now.
It's because they don't know. Like, you truly don't know with the coronavirus situation. So they can't really give you a date yet because they still working on.
Yeah, but I see you on that.
Huh?
Right. But see how the UFC is doing their live fights right now. They have a venue. Nobody's going to be there except the referees, the judges, and the fighters. So they can still live stream it without, you know. But they gave a date on those fights.
Yeah, but the UFC also postponed the Khabib fight versus Tony. And you know that's the fight we wanted to see.
A lot of money
because they want the crowd to be there.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to mention that because you know that really broke my heart because there for a minute
that hurt me.
Tony Ferguson is the man. I wholeheartedly believe Tony Ferguson will beat the mess out of Khabib.
Really?
Hands down.
You think he gonna beat him now?
I got Khabib.
Because we want you to call in now.
I got the Eagle.
There's nobody you can train for the style that Tony Ferguson has.
No, he a beast. He a beast.
Khabib cannot fight on the back foot. If you look at the last fight he was in, when he was pressured by Dustin Poirier, not fight on his back foot. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. Tony Ferguson can fight forward, backwards, ground, rope. Man, this boy's just wild, man. There's no way you can train.
He also gets taken down pretty. I saw Kevin Lee take him down pretty easily and have his way with him that first round.
He doesn't give enough respect for his ground game. There's nobody that submitted Tony Ferguson when they do take him down. If you take him down, you got to do something in my eyes. I don't like how the judges play the game.
See, now with Khabib, though, on the ground, he a little different, though. But I understand Tony, he could do it all, and his striking is a little deadly because of his elbows and all that. So I'm a little nervous for my man Khabib because I'm riding for him. However, I know Tony is kind of dangerous for anybody, especially for Khabib stylistically, and I know where you're coming from. But before I let you go, you got to answer this question. Chavez Sr. versus Floyd Money Mayweather in a dream fight. Who you picking, AkHi? Who you got?
Man, I'm going to give a straight honest answer. It's going to be Mayweather.
You got to.
Because he was already been told by the greatest. Much respect. Rest in peace, Roger Mayweather.
Oh, may he rest in peace.
And, so he'll already know what to do.
Exactly.
See, Roger met hard, and he lost because he went all out when Chavez had that jaw. He said, if it wasn't for that jaw,
Chavez
he would have been and dropped him.
Yeah. Chavez had
Mayweather would have been a great point, hands down.
That's a great point.
And he would have won it hands down with point.
That's a great point. Yeah, appreciate it,
man.
AkHi. Great talking to you. Make sure you call again now. Appreciate it, AkHi.
Respect, man. Peace, God. Peace. Thank you, AkHi. Thank you.
Peace. So, first caller for the first time.
Yeah.
Also picked
long time listener, first time caller.
Yeah, he picked Floyd, but he also picked Tony. You know what I'm saying? So call back because we're gonna need to talk to you when it comes to that.